now to break down everything in the world of reality television is our friend Adam from Up and Adam on YouTube. And let me tell you, he is, I would say, the king of reality television gossip on YouTube. I was on his show and I got like so many comments. Adam, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, let's get into our first topic. The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is currently filming, okay, at Dorinda's Bluestone Manor in the Berkshires. What do we know about this situation?
Okay, so this is going to kind of be a disaster, but I'm excited about it. The way they're filming it is very Big Brother. There's cameras everywhere. And from what we're hearing, they're going to be breaking the fourth wall a lot. So this is going to be exciting. And just the different personalities that we have, the new Tres Amigas, I mean, Jill Zarin, who's so classy, and then Dorinda having all of these women run around the Bluestone Manor and act a fool. She's obviously going to be on edge. I cannot wait. This is going to be a disaster, but a disaster that we love to watch.
And do we think that Brandi Glanville is going to create some drama like we saw on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? You know, I know that Vicky and Tamra and her are kind of hanging out right now, but I feel as though by the end of the trip, there might be a conflict.
I definitely do too. I don't think Brandi Glanville is going to get along with Taylor Armstrong, and I don't think they'll get along with Jill Zarin. There's a lot of egos here in this house. So if you are looking at it from that standpoint, I think, yes, there will be a lot of problems. And also, I feel like all of these women, unlike the first season of the All-Stars, all of those women were still employed by the different franchises. These women, they have something to prove. So if Vicky, if Tamra, if Brandi, if they want those oranges and diamonds back, this is their chance to show out. And I have a feeling that's exactly what they're going to do.
I wonder who's going to like mess up one of Dorinda's rooms, if it hasn't already happened yet, because I know that we've seen that play out on the Real Housewives of New York, and everyone missed Dorinda this year. You know, we know the ratings were down this season. I mean, do we think that having it at a comfortable spot, which people have said we are comfortable as viewers at Dorinda's house, do you think this was a good move on Peacock's idea to do this?
You know, I love the fact that the first season is based in an exotic location, but I think this might be very interesting as well because it's a more intimate location that we've all grown to know and love from the Real Housewives of New York, right? So I'm curious who's getting the fish room. And also Brandi Glanville coming in here, she's not going to care about respecting the Bluestone Manor. She's going to act out. She's going to give the show that she knows the viewers want. I don't think that's going to sit well with Dorinda. And Dorinda has to orchestrate all of this and figure out how to navigate being on a show while also having all of these women in her house for a week. Again, this is a disaster that we're all excited for. I think there will be a lot of rifts for sure.
And we're seeing Dorinda right now hanging outside of her house. I mean, this setting, I've drove by, I kind of stalked her at her house one time because I wanted to see it when I was out in the Berkshires. It's a stunning location. And listen, I think Brandi Glanville, she's talked a lot of trash on her podcast about all these women in this house. So I feel as though I hope someone brings up some audio or something like that, but I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more leaks, and I can't wait for it to air. But now let's move on to our next topic. Another Real Housewife of Atlanta is in some hot water, and there's some rumors that she might be leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha Williams, what do we know about this?
So it's so interesting because when I have people ask me about Porsha, everyone thinks I dislike Porsha because I did the Fallon Gobadia interview after Porsha got engaged to her now ex-husband. I love Porsha on the show. If Porsha leaves the show, it's because she's evolved. She's filming her own spinoff. And the only other reason I could think that she would potentially want to leave or possibly want to leave the show would be she doesn't want to be attacked by Kenya Moore and Marlo Hampton over her new relationship, because the women are going to have a lot of questions, and this is how the show's made up. You have to answer them.
Right.
And that could be at the detriment of her relationship. So if I were her, I would probably walk away too, unless she's ready for it.
We need that relationship drama. We want that. But what I also thought was very interesting, over the weekend, we saw Nene Leakes, Cynthia Bailey, and Marlo Hampton hanging out at the RealiTea, which is Nene Leakes' nightclub. And I didn't really know that Nene and Cynthia were speaking. I don't know, do we think that Nene could possibly make a return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Honestly, no. I feel Heather Dubrow is a good example. When she left Orange County, she left in good graces with the rest of, the producers, the network, Andy Cohen, and so did Bethany Frankel. But when Nene Leakes left, she had a lot to say about the network and how she was treated. So I don't think you can take those words back. And unfortunately, I think that was the nail in the coffin. Nene Leakes has a lot going on right now. And, again, unfortunately, with the passing of Greg Leakes, there's just a lot happening. I don't see her returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she's such a huge personality. She could do whatever she wants. I also think for Cynthia showing up and supporting her, their relationship has been ripped apart on the show. But I think, honestly, with things like this, like death or marriage, it brings people back together. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but I can see why. They've been friends for a long time.
Well, yeah, let's hope they can be real friends in their real reality. Adam, Thank you so much for joining us. Now tell everyone where they can watch you and find all your content.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. You guys can find me on YouTube at Up and Adam, where I'm covering daily hot topics, Bravo News, the latest celebrity interviews. I'm always doing something, 7 to 9 videos a day. I'm working. So I'm excited. You guys can catch me there, and I hope you enjoy it.
Adam, you are booked and busy. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us.